Hello Internet, my name is the Golden Stalfus, and today I'm here to ask, what the fuck happened to the Zelda franchise? Like, did they just give up on it because they couldn't bring themselves to work on Iwata's baby anymore? Or what? What happened? Where'd it go? Like, seriously, here's the timeline for Zelda games. You got 2 different games for the NES, 1 game for the SNES, 3 games for the Game Boy / Game Boy Color across that life cycle. You got 2 more N64 games plus a reworking of one of them. I don't know if that counts as a separate game. The GameCube hit shelves, and not only did it get 3 new Zelda titles of its own, if you count Four Swords Adventures, which you should, but it was also able to play all of the previous games because there was the Game Boy player for GBA and GBC games, and they ported all of the console games over on 1 disc, including Ocarina Master Quest. So there was just this insane collection of Zelda games all available on 1 system. The fact that it was Iwata's system may have helped, but, it was fucking cool. Then the DS came out, and there was the sequel to Wind Waker, and also a weird reimagining of that sequel, but with trains instead of boats. And then the Wii came out. It got 2 Zelda games, one of which was Twilight Princess that it shared with the GameCube, but the Wii version is better, so... And then it fucking died, right? Like 5 years after Skyward Sword, we got a 3DS reimagining of Link to the Past, which was fine, but it's kind of small and it uses the same map as A Link to the Past, so it's hard to feel like a new game, even though it has a lot of new stuff in it and an entirely new gameplay mechanic that is incredible. And then nothing. Like, a bunch of time passed, and eventually Breath of the Wild came out 7 years after Skyward Sword or some shit like that, and then nothing since then. Right, that was 2017, it is 2022 now. And the only game that anyone is talking about making for the Zelda series is a sequel to Breath of the Wild. And wow. I mean, for one thing, the series doesn't get direct sequels very often, and for another thing, when they do, they tend to be made a lot quicker and use a lot of the same assets and stuff so that they can be made a lot quicker. And so it's weird that this one is taking forever. And also Breath of the Wild was terrible, so it's not even a Zelda game. It's an open world game, and it's just missing all of what made Zelda good. I've talked about that at length before. I'm not going into it now. But it makes me wonder just what happened to the franchise. Since Skyward Sword, we've gotten 1 portable title that was fine, but not that big, and 1 console title that doesn't even feel like Zelda. So what gives? It's been 10 years since Skyward Sword. Why this drought? This used to be one of your most prolific series. Why is it suddenly being treated like Metroid? And also, where the fuck is Prime 4, you bastards? Again, I'm so confused about it. Maybe because Iwata moved into different roles in the company, he wasn't able to spend as much time on the game, and, now that he's dead, people don't want to do it for him, maybe, I don't know, but it just feels so weird. There's such a huge fan base waiting for more games, and they keep getting nothing. They keep being like, oh, here, do you want a Zelda-themed Dynasty Warrior? It's not Zelda, it's Dynasty Warrior, but, it's themed like Zelda. That's close enough, right? To which we were all like, not really. It's fine. Dynasty Warriors is a good series too, but that's not what we asked for. That's not why we're here. And they're like, oh, I know what you want. You want a remake of Four Swords Adventures, but this time it's only 3-player and it's on more expensive hardware that you don't own. To which everyone was like, what? No, who asked for that? What are you doing? Why? Why are there 3 instead of 4? You already had a series for this. Stop. Why? Needless to say, I've not played Triforce Heroes because it's fucking stupid. And then the only other thing they've done is make shitty half-assed remakes of old games without improving on them at all, or making them worth the fucking full price tag that they charge. Seriously, Twilight Princess is my favorite game in the series, and I bought the remake because I'm a sucker, but it was 60 fucking bucks. Are you insane? And in order to access some of the content, you need an amiibo. What? And that was the only new content, was the content they locked behind an extra paywall on an already full-priced game of a game I already own. What the shit? It's not even as good as the original game because you can't play it with the Wiimotes. You have to use the giant fucking Wii pad, which sucks. It's awful. And some people were like, oh, but they upscaled from 480 to 720, so it looks better. But one, no it doesn't, because they didn't do a very good job upscaling it. And two, 720 isn't that good looking either. I don't care. It's still aliased as fuck. Whatever. They took away the bloom that covers up the aliasing, so it's way more noticeable now. I don't know why. It's bad. It looks worse. It's higher res and it still looks worse. How? You know, and that's the only thing we've seen from this series. And it's just so baffling to me because, like, lots of other people at the company have worked on the Zelda games before, right? Like, Miyamoto's still there, you know? I know he's involved in a bunch of other things, and also he has, like, corporate responsibilities, but, like, come on. I just want to be able to dive back into Hyrule and solve some puzzles and swing a sword. Is that so much to fucking ask? Like, I want a new epic soundtrack to listen to while I roll through the fields of freshly cut grass, you know? Like, I want to be able to relive this shit, but new. Like, I can go back and play the old games, I have, but, like, it's been 10 years. 11 years, actually. I'm pretty sure Skyward Sword came out in 2011. It's been for fucking ever, is my point. I just don't know what happened. Like, where did it go? Like, why? Why has it been abandoned? For reference, Kirby and Yoshi's Island have been getting more frequent sequels than Zelda. As a matter of fact, there have been as many entries in the Metroid series since Prime 3 came out as there have been in the Zelda series since Skyward Sword came out. That's how much they've abandoned this series. They are literally giving it the same treatment as Metroid, which is unfair treatment to begin with because Metroid is awesome and they should actually make good ones instead of passing it off to this fucking shitheads who made Castlevania bad, but whatever. So yeah, that's all. Just me venting frustrations. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next life. Laters. Hey, Endcard here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, seriously though, please subscribe. I have, like, no subscribers. It's sad. If you want to find me on other social media stuff, you can do that at the Golden Stalfos on basically everything. Links to that are in the description, as well as to some charities I like but am obviously not affiliated with. I also have a Patreon if you like me so much that you want to give me money, though obviously only do that if you have money to burn, and if you do have money to burn, they're the charities I mentioned before. They probably need it more than I do. Mad ups to my girlfriend for doing all the editing for these videos. It's a really big help. Oh, and I occasionally stream on Twitch, so follow me there so you don't miss it. I don't have a formal schedule because when I tried to have a formal schedule, I couldn't keep to it, so oh well. Okay, thanks, bye!